I have played the new Xbox handheld created in partnership with Asus. It's called the Xbox ROG Ally X. It has Steam installed, and yes, just to be sure, I was able to access my library and install Marvel's Spider-Man, specifically Miles Morales. The full quote I was given was, within the Xbox full screen experience, players will see your aggregated gaming library, giving you quick access to games from Xbox, Game Pass, Battle.net, and other leading Windows PC storefronts. Yes, that did include Steam on the unit I played. Now, I know my headline is a bit hyperbolic, but if this is a strategy Xbox implements going forward, it could be the first domino to fall in a new era of gaming that tears down the barriers of competition, and the handheld was pretty damn fun to play too. When you boot up the Xbox ROG Ally, you boot right into the Xbox game menu, which has been improved, streamlined, and is super easy to use. In terms of games, we had the chance to jump in and play Gears of War Reloaded, which I couldn't help but do immediately, and it was super smooth. Hitting the reload timing was no problem, it didn't spike the GPU or CPU, and the best part, it just felt like holding an Xbox controller. During a presentation we were given during this time, the team at Xbox let us know that this was key to them when creating the device. Long story short, they wanted it to feel like an Xbox, and they succeeded. The ergonomics, it just feels like a controller, and it's not too heavy. It also doesn't get overly loud. One point they made is that quiet mode should be the standard gameplay experience for both the ROG Xbox Ally X and the ROG Xbox Ally. The big thing the teams of Xbox at ROG have been working on is ease of use, and having never held an ROG Ally, I think they succeeded. You press and hold the Xbox button to quickly zip between applications, or you tap it to bring up a bigger menu where you can track performance, other applications like Xbox, BNet, Steam, etc. And it all just makes sense. And they did mention that you could log in with a thumbprint, which is a really nice touch. Jason Beaumont, the VP of Experience at Xbox, told us a bit about how they're optimizing. He said that they're working to minimize background activity and defer non-essential tasks so that more system resources are dedicated to gameplay. One feature he highlighted was Play Anywhere, meaning you can use the console offline, easily go from console to PC to the cloud, and all your games will automatically sync. On the handheld specifically, you can also easily identify what has been optimized and what hasn't for the handheld, something Steam sort of standardized with the Steam Deck. So you can still search those other games, but they may not run as well. To incentivize you to buy on Xbox, they did tout Xbox Play Anywhere, which means you can buy a game once and get access to it on all platforms. The official line reads, Xbox Play Anywhere, with support for over 1,000 games, a single purchase means you can play with Xbox, including your progress and achievements across Xbox console, PC, and Xbox Ally at no additional cost. That's very cool. I do want to know what games are in that list though. Diving in on details, here's what they told us. This is a revamped Windows 11 home experience on both handhelds to make gaming on the go smoother. Here's some of the details. The ROG Xbox Ally X runs on an AMD Ryzen AI Z2 Extreme chip. It has 24 gigabytes of memory. That's LPDDR5X 8000. It has a 1 terabyte of storage. That's an M2 2280 SSD. And it promises 900p to 1080p high fidelity graphics. On the more expensive model, there's an 80 watt-hour battery. This is included in this model. The display is a 7-inch Full HD 1080p IPS 500 nits 16:9 120 Hz refresh rate FreeSync premium Corning Gorilla Glass Victus with DXC anti-reflection glass. USB, it has one USB-C 4 Type-C with DisplayPort 2.1. It has Power Delivery 3.0, and it is compatible with Thunderbolt 4. It has one USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type-C with DisplayPort 2.1, Power Delivery 3.0. It has one UHS 2 micro SD card reader. It has one 3.5mm combo audio jack. Wi-Fi is 6E 2x2, Bluetooth 5.4, dimensions 290.8, 121.5 by 50.7 millimeters, and it weighs 715 grams. both have the ROG Ally 65-watt charger stand. Now, they wouldn't tell us the price and they wouldn't give us numbers as to what battery life could be. However, at least one outlet said that current models with an 80 watt hour could go for around 8 hours. Well, the standard model could be closer to 5 to 6 based on this one website that I saw breaking down some tests. So let's talk about the ROG Xbox Ally. It has an AMD Ryzen Z2. It has 16 gigabytes of memory. That is LPDDR5X 6400. It has 512 gigabytes of storage. That is also an M2 2280 SSD. The display is a 7-inch Full HD, 1080p IPS, 500 nits. It has a 16:9, 120 Hz refresh rate FreeSync with premium Corning Gorilla Glass Victus Plus DXC anti-reflection included. It has two USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type-C with DisplayPort 2.1 and Power Delivery 3.0. It has one UHS 2 microSD card reader. It supports SD, SDXC, and SDHC. It has one 3.5mm combo audio jack. It has Wi-Fi 6E 2x2, Bluetooth 5.4, and its dimensions are the same as the other unit, 290.8, 121.5 by 50.7 millimeters. This one only weighs 670 grams, and this one has a 60-watt battery. And yes, it does include the ROG Ally 65-watt charger stand. Now, I haven't heard about X Gaming Mobile, but they tease that you could get up to an RTX 5090 laptop GPU with a gaming hub that allowed you to plug in your handheld to the TV or display of your choice. It's a nice handheld that, beefs up the power of your handheld. It's similar to the Steam Deck, and you can basically use this as a full-on desktop at that point and plug it into a TV, add USB, DVI, Ethernet, etc. But I am curious about the power boost. I'll have to read more on that, but maybe you know more than I do. Because everyone needs to add AI into the mix, they also teased an AI companion that you can talk to get tips or use for voice commands while you're in the middle of a game. For example, you can ask it how to solve a problem and it'll do its best to find a solution. At least that's what they claimed. I didn't really get to try it out. So my overall thoughts. I think this handheld is exciting and could actually give the Steam Deck a run for its money. I think having a third-party partner will allow Xbox devices to play PlayStation games, and this strategy is actually laying the groundwork for what they do in the future. That's what I believe. It also felt really good to play. Like, I was already considering a PC-like handheld device, and if this comes in at the right price, I think they have a good shot of not only selling well, but also getting into the handheld market at a time when Nintendo seems to be locking it down a bit too much for my liking. But what do you think about everything I talked about today? Did you like the handheld reveal? Let me know. And while I have you, please consider hitting that subscribe button or supporting with a like. A huge thank you to my members and backers. If you'd like to support at a higher level, you can do so at patreon.com/SaveStatePlus or by becoming a YouTube member, but simply watching is also great. A big thank you to Chris Peretti, Phil Aroni, Spingetter, and Aries EMS. Want to know more about handhelds? Check out my Nintendo Switch 2 unboxing for more, and I'll see you for the next one.